Hello, Patricio. Welcome to
Hello.
private stage.
Thank you for the invitation. I'm very glad to be here and to be able to share this with you.
Yeah, you can. And we are going to talk about AI agility with you and how we can measure the company's AI maturity, I guess. You can share your screen and we can begin your session.
And actually, I'm having some technical problems to share my screen.
What kind of problem you are having? We can try to solve it.
Yeah, it's a problem.
I guess Cameron is also here with us. If he has your presentation, maybe.
I can share the presentation with him.
Okay. And we can continue.
I apologize about this.
No, it's okay. It happens. Like it's a virtual event and technical.
Yeah, I guess. Could you give me the person data that we will be sharing the presentation with?
Yeah, you should be able to share, I guess.
Hey, Patricio, I have it. I'm going to pull it up now.
All right. Thank you, Cameron. Here you go. Thank you, Cameron. Save it. All right, guys, let's start clean again. I'm Patricio Maller. I'm the head of product at AI Collaborator. We are very happy to be here presenting with you how are we solving for AI needs in big enterprise businesses, in big enterprise organizations. You'll notice this presentation is kind of on a little less technical tone than most of the presentations that we have been sharing during the afternoon, but I'm pretty sure that you will find a lot of points that will resonate. Next, please. First thing I would like to talk a little bit is about AI Collaborator. What's what we do? What we basically do is to connect AI solution providers, AI startups, AI companies worldwide with big companies that need resources around AI. We talk about resources in a very generic way. It might be sometimes people, sometimes a full-blown solution, sometimes is a service that they need in a recurrent manner to be tackling. AI Collaborator engages with both enterprise and startups to provide an agile and cost-effective solution in such a way that they are able to discover, access, deploy new AI solutions in contexts where that might have been a little bit more difficult. And next here. Well, what does it mean to solve for the AI for the enterprise? I mean, we all think that these Fortune 500 companies, they all have AI figured out. I mean, it's like if they don't have AI solved, who will? The fact is, well, many areas inside enterprises still need to leverage AI as something more than a one-off project or a single use case, and that the ability to deploy AI solutions across an enterprise is a key to success in business today. I mean, it's not like you have to do very good AI in your core, the core of your business, and the rest is going to be kind of sorted out. You need to deploy AI across your business to be a successful company. And that will give us, take us to three main problems we are trying to tackle. The first is a fact, is every area on a big organization today has an imperative, some type of initiative to implement around an AI solution. So it doesn't matter if it has to do with people, with procurement, with maintenance, with any other non-traditional and non-core area, everyone needs to implement some type of AI solution to keep their business competitive. The second fact has to do with the growing gap between the resources available and the enterprise needs. So when there's a scarcity, business try to focus and concentrate on their core, leaving other areas of the organization with needs, and we usually use the word starving for AI. They desperately need solutions around AI, but their own resources need to be concentrated on the core business. The third fact is that in general, the time to market needs and the quality of the AI that needs to be delivered exceeds available resources. So even if we can devise a plan to figure it out with our internal resources and maybe some provider and maybe trying to integrate in-house everything, trying to incorporate all the domain knowledge, for example, in HR area inside a big company or a marketing department in a big company, still we need time to market and quality that is beyond what we are able to reach right now. So this seems like a very weak problem in terms of how are we going to be able to solve this? And the concept we coined in AI Collaborator is the concept of AI agility. That is kind of a single word to describe all the ability that an organization needs to develop to adapt and meet to AI demands according to their business priorities. So this ability to incorporate new AI solutions in an inorganic manner, blending with internal resources and trying to get it in the time to market and with the quality that they need is what we call on AI agility. And we are going to develop this concept during the rest of the presentation. How does AI agility work? Well, there are some key concepts that we brought from traditional agility description. This is collaboration. It's even in the name of our company, but collaboration is kind of the glue that take all the parts together. So organizational adaptability is one of the key concepts that we use to reframe the problems around AI. We give access to AI technology to these big companies, access that somehow seems beyond their abilities or beyond their time to market. And we also provide talent and capacity sourcing when there's a direct need that needs to be solved for those companies. So somehow AI agility help us to reframe the conversation in terms of the particular needs that they have. They need to be solved around AI. How are we actually implementing this? First, as a gateway marketplace. This is a very, I'm pretty sure most of you have interacted with Gateway Marketplace, but they're never called that way. Gateway Marketplace is when you interact with only one front face in the market, and that front face kind of touches different providers. So in such a way, the big company only work with one provider, that is AI Collaborator, and AI Collaborator coordinates the efforts of different resource providers worldwide. This help us to give this big enterprise a unified process, a single contracting point, and a single InfoSec qualification. This is very critical for any startup on AI, since going through the qualification process and the data protection process in many of these big companies may take months, if not a year. So the fact that we are providing a gateway marketplace, it's a win on both sides. On the startup side, providing access to these big companies, on the big companies providing velocity, speed on getting to those resources. Again, we are also thinking this in a global reach. So we deploy critical AI resources from the very beginning of the project until the deployment worldwide, which makes us cost effective, and would also make us able to find the best solution each time. So there is usually very little adaptation or adaptation code that needs to be done to actually deploy that solution. And that takes some of the implementation's time down to 3-4 months for projects that otherwise would have taken like a year or year and a half. So there are different ways, and getting more into the nitty-gritty of how do we actually work with a big company and with a partner incorporating AI to a big company. First of all, we have a big network of partners, and these are around 1,200 startup companies. It's not all startups. Some of them are pretty had a pretty good track record in terms of business, but they are worldwide, and most of them never had access to big companies or had sporadic access to big companies. This is a very qualified, curated database. We have a very strict qualification and a very strict vetting process, especially around items like their ability to collaborate with a big client, around the data handling and data privacy issues, and other aspects that are very important for the enterprise client. We also have, not at the level of companies, the previous one, please, here. We have partners, data preparation specialists, AI thought leaders. So we have actually people, not companies, that will support all this process. Of course, in terms of talent, we can focus on data scientists, experts, project management, innovation expert. And the most important and kind of the element that triggers the conversation, use cases. We have been seeing this again and again on the conference, and it's the same in the enterprise world. You start by exploring, developing the journeys, doing discovery sessions around use cases, and that's what we do. So basically, taking that as our infrastructure, what we do is piloting and experimentation around some of the AI use cases with the big companies. So let's say that a big company wants to experiment with a conversational agent to explore a sentiment analysis after purchases. So that could be articulated as a pilot, and that would be, we will look for a partner that can tackle that problem, and from that interaction we'll try to solve the needs of experimenting or the learning that need to be acquired. Some of our enterprise clients may have very specific needs about talent augmentation. As we mentioned, many of these companies have very solid AI teams in-house. The only thing they don't have is probably the bandwidth to tackle all the problems in every area of the organization. So many times they just need the augmentation power in terms of data scientists or innovation experts to be able to actually implement those projects. And sometimes companies need to do the less sexy part of all this, that is the operationalizing AI, that is all related to data preparation, all related to the data acquisition, or related to different aspects of getting ready to be able to run different AI programs, or running current AI programs that needs to be improved over time. Next, please. Here we go. So there is a very non-linear process around the orchestration of AI agility. Again, in terms of this agility, we don't follow anything close to a waterfall. We are always interacting among some of the key components of all this. Some of them are related to the program governance, some of them to AI innovation, to engineering, to the management of our partner ecosystem, and to the actual implementation. And we go back and forth according to the needs that our clients have and according to the material we are getting from our partner ecosystem. There's a very particular point here that I want to call your attention, is this AI agility is measurable. So you can actually assess your level of AI agility, so you can kind of have a map of where are the best areas to continue working. And that's what is stated there as an AI maturity assessment, is an AI agility assessment. And we partner with a Turkish company, Digitopia, on measuring this. So they are our official partner to measure agility worldwide in this aspect. Once a company, an enterprise has an AI agility index, an AI agility assessment, they have a better idea of where to explore and discover new use cases and what would be the most efficient way to deliver that agility. So wrapping up, what we are trying to bring to the table with AI agility is another way to frame conversations around AI solutions, the AI adaptability. I mean, it's no longer just write an RFP during 6 months and send it to our provider and then track it to closure during the next year. It's something much at a different velocity, at another level of collaboration, and completely worldwide. So we are solving for a shortage of resources. We are solving for the high demand on velocity, and we are helping companies to select the right solution, contracting the right partner, and managing that project to closure around that particular problem. Again, and just to get the final concept, collaboration is the key component on building AI agility. That is, how do we set up the space for companies and partners to collaborate in such a way that is backed by contracts, but still a collaboration environment is kind of the key of this whole concept. And thank you very much. And there are our contact information. I apologize for the technical difficulties at the beginning. And well, hope to that you can reach out if you have any comment or follow up.